Hello everyone and welcome back to the Highly Sensitive Healer YouTube channel. Please like this video if you're enjoying these type of videos, and please share with someone else if you think that they can benefit from it. And also hit that subscribe button, and also check out my other YouTube channel titled Highly Spiritual Healer. And follow me on Instagram, Highly Sensitive Healer. With that all being said, I wanted to kind of get back into my healing journey and my story in healing in a sense of being scapegoated. Now, being the family scapegoat is an awful, awful, awful thing to have happen to you or to someone in general. If you're not familiar with the narcissistic family dynamic, basically there is a golden child, an invisible child, and the scapegoat child. Now, obviously all narcissistic families and families in general all don't always have 3 children, but everyone kind of switches in and out and takes on some type of role in some sense in every aspect of a narcissistic dynamic family. Unfortunately, I was scapegoated and am scapegoated within my own family, in my own healing. And unfortunately, I believe that this could lead to things like codependency and other habits, we'll say, by being scapegoated. And also, usually the scapegoat person is heavily gaslighted in the family and in friendships and intimate relationships as well. And I've had all the above happen to me. I was raised, unfortunately, in a narcissistic family dynamic. And, you know, like I said, I was the scapegoat. So, and those roles kind of switched on and off as time went on. As I look back on it now, at the time, I didn't understand. I didn't really grasp what was actually happening, what was going on, what was happening within the family, what was happening with me, and how I was basically being moved around like a pawn on a chessboard. Always falling right into the trap of the next thing that my narcissistic family members were scapegoating me for, and basically luring the trap, setting up the trap, and I was falling right into it every single time. And unfortunately, I didn't have any knowledge of what narcissistic family dynamics were. I didn't really even know what a narcissist was at the time. I've heard the term, I heard the word before, but I didn't actually know how to put a definition to it and to lock in what that really meant. This was unfortunate, but I now have the knowledge, and I have the know-how and the tools in the tool belt, as I refer to it as, to kind of counter some of that narcissistic characteristics, we'll call them, of certain family members and certain friendships, and even some intimate relationships. Narcissistic abuse is rough, to say the least. I'm sure all of you that are watching this right now can understand how rough that really is. It's confusing, it's frustrating, it's angersome, to say the least. It can even be rageful at some times because of the gaslighting that goes on, because it basically makes you feel like you're completely crazy. You're imagining everything, you're kind of living in this fantasy world, and everything that's happening around you and the way that people are interacting with you and the way that they're treating you is just the way that it is, and that you're just supposed to put up with it. This has kind of been my life for years and years and years. Like I said, I'm 37 now, and I just figured this all out a couple years back, so 3-4 years back. And it still would be happening to this day had I not gone no contact with the particular family member that is the narcissist. And keep in mind, they're a covert narcissist. So this means that everything's done kind of under the radar. And on this level that's visible to everyone else around me and around this family member and the rest of the family and friends, it appears as though this individual is a good person. But behind closed doors, I can assure you, they're not. And this has been basically my life up until now, until me deciding to go no contact. Now, no contact is an extremely difficult decision to make, and it was incredibly difficult for me to make, and it's still somewhat difficult for me to maintain up until this day, because this family member is still part of the family and will remain so, and I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. I fully forgive this person actually at this point. The reason I'm sharing all of this now is it's part of my healing process. It's part of me wanting to share with all of you guys out there, so that hopefully further down the road you can pull something from this and it can help and support you on your journey on healing from complex PTSD and narcissistic abuse. It's tough to see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what was first and foremost the most difficult thing for me. When I was looking at this huge tunnel, I'm just like, whoa, I cannot see that light at the end of that huge tunnel. Now it's almost like the tunnel has become more narrow and narrow as time has gone on and as healing has gone on. And that light has been visible for some time now. When that light gets visible and you've narrowed your tunnel, headed on the path of where you want to go in life, it becomes much easier as time goes on. And don't get me wrong, you need to keep working hard and keep doing that inner work, and you need to keep improving yourself and gaining that self-growth and keeping yourself educated, knowledgeable on the subjects: cptsd, complex PTSD, narcissistic abuse. You need to gain that knowledge like I'm presenting to you guys right here, right now, on the scapegoated child. And I will say this, that other family members have been scapegoated themselves at certain times or another. But for the most part, it's been me that was the scapegoat. Now, keep in mind, I am the stepchild, so that has to be taken into consideration. But at the same time, I'm an empath type HSP, highly sensitive person, and I'm also a truth teller. I'm an honest person and pretty loyal, I'd say, for the most part. I'm loyal and I'm honest. And narcissists don't like truth tellers. They're afraid of them, because then the truth teller, me in this case, will basically see right through them and see their true colors, and not only do that, but call it out to others. And that's why the narcissist constantly needs that narcissistic supply from someone like me. So I get it all. I understand. I hope you can understand it at that. I hope I made that clear to you on some of that information, because it's important to get that across. And I'm going to leave you guys with what I always leave you with, and that is, of course, to be kind to others, but most of all, be kind to yourselves. It's known as self-compassion. Take care, everyone.